Alright, so here I am in a position where I'm going to, a place where I'm going to fly. It just so happens to be the end of my street. If you're a new flyer, I would recommend you go to a field, say like a soccer field, someplace where there's nobody around that you could possibly hit or anything to damage. Once you're at a suitable flying site, to turn the aircraft on, you absolutely must turn on the transmitter first. Because when the receiver powers on, it's looking for its bound partner. If it doesn't see it, it goes into bind mode. So if you mess that up, you can start again by powering both of them off and then repowering them on. Okay, so this is on. You can see the screen, it's booted up. The orange light is on. It's disarmed, throttle is off, and we're going to start out with horizon mode all the way down. Okay, so now that this is on, I can power on the aircraft. You get a couple beeps. The beep beep means that the flight controller is booted up and that it's ready for flight. So now we're going to back up a little bit. Okay, so when I turn this switch on, the motors will turn. If you have it in, say, grass like this, there's a possibility that the motors cannot turn. So I would recommend maybe a mat or a piece of carpet or a piece of wood or something to take off from. Also, when you arm it like this in the grass, it cuts the grass up and gets green stuff all over your aircraft, so I wouldn't really recommend that. Okay, so you back up a little bit, and when I arm, I'll come up to a hover, and you see the aircraft flies itself, kind of flies in self-level mode. This horizon mode means that if I let go of the transmitter, it will return itself to level. Right, so that's what horizon mode means. If I go to acro mode, when I make an input, it will stay there till I make another input. That's a little bit harder to fly, but it's much better for FPV. Alright, so then a typical landing, hope you can see it, would be descend to the ground and disarm just above the ground. That's the way I do it. Okay, so making sure that it's off. Come over and you unplug your aircraft. Okay, the typical flight times right here. I have set up a timer that when the throttle stick is above 0, the timer will count. It's about a 3-minute timer, so for a beginner skill level, a battery will last about 3 minutes. When the timer beeps, you should land the aircraft. And as you progress and you start flying faster and faster, that timer will change based on the battery usage. If you're flying a 1300 milliamp hour battery, you never want to drain it below about 1000 milliamp hours. You always want to leave about 30% left in the battery. That's just a good way to take care of your batteries. Alright, that's all I can think of. Steve Kramer, Revolution Aerial. Thanks.